Hello and welcome to Cutting the Board in the Post-Truth Apocalypse. I'm Ben and this week I'm hanging out with Gaz.
Hello.
And Mike.
Hello.
This week we're going to talk about the world's most famous monkeys.
Hey.
Oh, we never included the band in this, I suppose. Does they count?
The band?
No, the monkeys, the band.
Well, I've got a small list we'll do at the end as an honourable mention of some famous fictional monkeys.
Fair enough.
We won't go into detail because they're not real. Because this list is the actual monkeys who existed in history, who did better shit than you, listener. Monkeys who achieved more status than the average fella. Fantastic.
Oh, I thought this was going to be a cheerful, nice, happy episode.
Oh no.
I hadn't even come at this whole subject like you.
A lot of these monkeys had a bit of a shit time.
Yeah, they did.
Or apes, whatever they are.
Well, let's not get into who's a monkey, who's an ape.
No, that's confusing.
Because I'm not a primatologist.
It's easy to tell. Monkeys have got a tail, apes don't.
A chimp's an ape.
Yep.
They don't have a tail.
Isn't it something to do with their wide
You're
chest?
an ape, you don't have a tail. If you're a monkey, you do.
A macaque is a monkey.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
Lemur's
Let's not get bogged down in who's a monkey and who isn't.
You, Ben, are an ape. So am I. It wasn't an insult.
How dare you, sir? I've got a penis bigger than 3 inches.
Our penises... We're the big swingers of the ape world.
In all fairness, we are. Even you, Mike, are hanging more than a gorilla.
Wow.
Trekking through
It must be small.
If you were trekking through some sort of Amazonian, I don't know where gorillas live, but you know what I mean, somewhere misty, a jungle.
Africa.
Yeah, thank you. And fucking big silverback comes up, giving it the big one at you. You think, I'm fucked here. But all you got to do...
Drop your kegs.
Get aroused.
Yeah.
You know, which... It's a weird situation to get aroused in, but it's going to save your life.
Flip it, reverse it.
Show it to the fucking... I reckon he's going to go, oh. Get down on his hands and knees. Stop trying to kill you. Because if you get into a fist fight with him, you're fucked.
What if you sort of got erect and then just sort of beat your chest?
I think you just got to stand there with it.
Gaze upon the majesty.
Have a butcher's at that, you big ape. Or is he a monkey? A gorilla.
I love it. We're literally 2 minutes, 50 something seconds into this, comes to 3 minutes, and it's already evolved into cock jokes.
Because we're just apes, naked apes.
Well, at least you're not throwing shit at me.
With big willies, the biggest willies of the ape world.
Well, let's thank some new returning listeners, and then we'll get into it. Follow us on Facebook at Cutting the Board in the Post-Truth Apocalypse, YouTube in Apocalypse Boom, and SoundCloud, Spotify, and all your other podcasting platforms. Cutting to the Ball in the PTA. Thessalonica in Greece. First Greece listen we've had, I think, that is.
Could be.
One of
Welcome.
them. There's not been many. Manchester in England, Marbella in Spain, Kürten in Germany, Woodbridge in the US, Frankfurt am Main in Germany, Aguas Calientes in Mexico, Reghin in Romania, Ibadan in Nigeria. Correct, Mike? Yeah. Bogota in, is that Romania?
Bogota.
Colombia, okay, gotcha. Cedar Falls in Northbrook in the US, Grenada in Spain, Ho Chi Minh City.
Wow.
I'm about to make a political joke. There's a place there called Council Bluffs.
Yes.
Is that named after Keir Starmer's manifesto promises?
Come
on!
No, guys, because that would be parliamentary bluffs.
Well, you know what I meant.
Well, obviously, Sir Keir, our beloved leader, obviously you're welcome to listen.
Did you mean our dear
He's not
leader?
welcome to listen. He can fuck off.
He can go fucking take a running jump off him. Take a long walk off a short bridge.
I, for one, Sir Keir, I'm nondescript.
Kiss the ring.
Keeping my mouth shut.
Kiss the
and
ring.
no comment at all to make.
God.
Dublin,
I've
Ireland.
already silenced him, see?
I'd like to snap a fucking broom off in his ear hole or something. I don't know, just extreme torture.
Right. Well, Council Bluffs as a very famous UFO sighting, which one day we will cover.
Awesome.
Hastings in the UK, Battle of, obviously.
1066, I
Yeah,
believe.
biggest date in English history, that is. Guadalajara in Spain, and Phoenix in the US. I do love your lights.
Mm.
If it's the same Phoenix, I'm assuming it is.
Phoenix, Arizona.
So, let's get into history's most famous primates. We are covering monkeys that went to space, fought in wars, became celebrities, ruled kingdoms, starred in movies, and even ran for political office.
And probably wanked off Michael Jackson.
You mean after he chiselled the fucking Leonardo DiCaprio mask off Bubbles' face because he was just plastered in cum?
Wow.
Yeah.
He was forever blowing bubbles.
No, actually, you know what? I don't think Michael Jackson ever had sex with anybody.
Well,
I don't know.
I don't think he did.
might be some kids that might disagree.
No, because even then it was in the same bed. It was
Bubbles can't
might
talk.
have been some groping, but I very much don't
Bubbles
ever have
can't
sex
talk.
with anybody.
Just a bit of groping.
Bubbles
No,
got-
I mean, like, I'm not saying I think he was a virgin.
Do you?
I do.
I think Bubbles got bummed.
Oh, Bubbles got bummed in my.
Still counts.
Anyway, buckle up because we're gonna go bananas.
Hey.
Oh no.
It's the high quality comedy you get on this podcast.
Can we go back to talking about how big our cocks are?
No, because I always lose that one. So I can win.
Oh Lord.
Okay, let's start with space travel and Albert's 1 to 4.
Oh no. Those 4 Albert.
The forgotten first space monkeys. Before humans ever dreamed of space travel, monkeys were the first test pilots. The Albert series of monkeys, so they've selected 4 monkeys. They're all called Albert 1, Albert 2, Albert 3, Albert 4.
He thinks it's not going to go well for these Alberts.
Yeah.
Not if you've got to select 4.
That's
If you
bizarre,
just
isn't
you're
it?
Albert 1. I wouldn't be thrilled if I was Albert 1.
Well, none of them are fucking thrilled. Are they? They're
Yeah,
floating
but-
through the infinity of space.
At least it's Albert 4. I've got a bit longer to go. Well, they don't even go through the infinity of space, guys. That's the problem.
Oh.
The Albert series of monkeys was launched in the US in the 1940s or late 1940s, where rhesus monkeys, macaques, were used to test the effects of space travel. Albert 1 in 1948, strapped into a V2, died before reaching space. Albert 2, out in 1949, became the first monkey to reach space, flying 83 miles up, but died when the parachute failed.
Shit.
Alberts 3 and 4 met similar fates, but their missions helped pave the way for human astronauts. And though tragic, their sacrifice changed space exploration forever.
Thank you, Alberts.
I salute you, Alberts.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
raising a glass to you, Alberts 1 to 4.
Well, it would be nice if one of them made it out there. Because, you know, like in Marvel comics, the character, you know, Cosmo the dog.
Yeah. Yeah. She's in the collector's collection.
In Marvel comics, though, Mike, like Cosmo the dog somehow survived and has now got like really strong telepathic powers, and like just talks like a conscious person. Like very clever.
It's not Cosmo, is it? It's Laika, isn't it? It was meant to be Laika. She was the first dog in space.
Oh, I don't know. In the comics, it's Cosmo. It would be ace if one of these monkeys went full Cosmo and like, you know, came back with the ability to speak. And
Well, this is the greatest secret of NASA, is that all the chimps they sent into space came back super intelligent.
they could travel.
Well, you know the Simpsons predict everything, don't they? So
Yeah.
they did.
Did it happen on The Simpsons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is why don't we tell them the big secret that all the chimps we sent into space came back super intelligent, and there's this monkey in a certain tie on roller skates who's like, I don't think we'll be telling them that. It skates off on roller skates.
So it could have, you know. But what if some tiny, whiny, wibbly wobbly stuff, those monkeys we sent out there actually gave birth to the humans somehow?
Right.
Time travel involved here then.
Space time,
Yeah.
it's all one thing. There is no continuity. Anyway, I'm just saying.
Well, that would have been a different Planet of the Apes, wouldn't it?
Somehow they went
Yeah.
through time, got clever, came back thousands of years ago, and like shagged the Neanderthals.
Right, I'm getting you. So there's definitely some wormhole stuff going
Yeah. And that's how it's like a loop we created
Ah.
ourselves.
I see.
on.
Yeah.
Do you think someone was sent back to make us send the monkeys up to space?
I don't know.
If you don't send those 4 chimps up to space, we'll never evolve,
We'll
you
never be
bastards.
bored. But it all just happens, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe that's Albert
Yeah, 'cause
5
we didn't hear about Albert 5.
That's true, no.
Did you think after the fourth one splattered on the ground, they were like, we got to stop telling people about the Alberts?
Well, 1949 was Albert 3, so I'm guessing it's been every year. So you're talking 1950. They've probably got, like, the rockets are probably better by 1950, but still not much better.
I wonder where Albert 3 landed.
Well, on his fucking face, probably.
Well, no.
I know you mean.
In the sea, probably, wouldn't it be? I'd have thought.
Did you
It
see
could have
the...
been an overpopulated city, couldn't it?
Yeah.
You're walking along one day,
What a
this
way to go.
chimp just fucking comes smashing down into the pavement in front of you.
What if it hits you?
Crushes an old person
Yeah, I was
in
going to
front
say,
of
what if
you.
it kills you? It hits you and that's how you died, falling space monkey. Just minding your own business on a Tuesday afternoon. Did you see the SpaceX, when it landed, did you see the school of dolphins going there?
No, I didn't.
Oh, it's amazing. Like, they landed in the sea, they floated in the pod, and like a fucking school of dolphins
wow.
turns up. Like,
Yeah, they probably fucking twatted two of them on the way in.
well, welcome back to Earth, because they, they're the most intelligent species on Earth, aren't they? They're probably like, we've got to see what's going on here. They just come from fucking space.
You want to stop that fishing?
It was a nice moment. So, thank you, Albert.
Yep.
Miss Baker, the first space survivor.
Wow.
In 1959, NASA launched Miss Baker, a tiny squirrel monkey and her companion, Abel, into space. Miss Baker survived a 1,600 miles per hour launch, which is more than we're designed to withstand.
Wow.
Withstood 38 times the force of gravity, which is more than we're meant to withstand. And returned safely and became a national celebrity.
Hey.
Wow.
She was showered with fan mail, invitations, and even had a, quote, monkey wedding to her mate, Big George.
Fucking hell. I don't see that wedding video. Big George.
She lived to be 27 years old.
Wow.
Fair play.
Probably had strong telepathic capabilities. She's bending spoons and shit when she came back.
Right, Ham the Astro Chimp.
We've seen a picture of him, aren't we? In his little spacesuit.
He's got a little space, he's got a little NASA tin helmet on. He said money on his kit. Well, the original Mercury space capsule had no window, a hatch with 70 bolts that had to be moved from outside, and zilch for the astronaut to do, except endure G-forces, hope nothing went wrong, and throw an abort switch on command from mission control if it did. And it was so easy, a monkey could do it. The year was 1960. 2 years earlier, 7 test pilots, known as the Mercury 7, had fought through almost 2 years of experimental training to become the first American in space. And it's understandable if their egos were hurt when NASA decided to send up a monkey. Well, a chimpanzee. In an event that's varyingly heralded and maligned, the first hominid in space completed his record-setting flight on January 31st, 1961. Ham, the Astro Chimp, blasted off on the top of a Mercury Redstone rocket, a rig that amounted to a chair strapped to an 8-story tall ballistic missile, and punched a hole through the atmosphere.
What must he have been thinking?
Holy fuck, I'd imagine. But they are like full body bolted in kind of thing. Their arms might be free because he's got to operate controls, but body wise, neck, legs, he is like in a little sort of metal Iron Maiden in a way without the spikes.
Yeah. Well, you don't want him fucking about in there, do you?
Well, if he goes
Pulling
wild,
wires out.
if he freaks out completely,
Yeah.
then he can't move. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
Ham survived a 250 kilometre high Mach 7 flight that spiralled out of its planned path and almost killed him. And at 3.5 years old, he became an incidental hero while still technically an infant. 3 months later, astronaut Alan Shepard became the first US astronaut in space. And obviously, everyone loved it. All the Mercury 7s made landmark flights. But Ham never flew again because apparently he refused to.
I don't fucking blame him.
The ape was grinning when recovery crews rescued him from a sinking Mercury capsule and brought him aboard the USS Donna. Ooh, USS Donna.
Donna kebab.
Bet the party on that's amazing. All may have not been well when
You
handlers
don't want to eat the kebab, though, do you?
Yeah. When handlers later brought him near the couch he sat in for his 16.5 minutes in space, he recoiled from it.
Well, what do you expect?
Oh, no,
You
yeah.
don't put me back in that, you fucker.
I was drowned last time, fucking hell.
Yeah, but what? Apart from the Mach 7 flight.
Literally pinned into his little monkey chair,
Yeah.
not knowing what the fuck's going on. Of course he doesn't want that again. It's probably the loudest thing he's ever heard in his life.
Yeah.
You know, fucking hell.
Literally, he had to press 3 buttons.
Oh, he had to do shit.
Yeah, he was trained to. He literally had to press like 3 buttons and throw the abort switch if it went wrong. So
That's amazing.
NASA trained him to do it on command. So like, press button. I don't know how they do it. Button 1.
Treats, innit?
Treats.
That's what they do. They do it.
Yeah, but they'd say button 1.
Yeah.
And he'd go.
And they send, yeah.
Button 2.
They equate that with getting a
Amazing.
treat, so that's why they do it.
The poor bastard didn't get a treat though, did he? Instead, he got thrown to fucking
Yeah.
space at Mach 7.
He's like, this never happened last time, where's me banana, you
Where's me fucking banana?
Well, his face is flopping about.
They said he was grinning when they found him. No, his face was just stuck like that because of fucking G-force he'd just been through.
But he died in 1983,
The year I was born, bloody hell, he
Yeah.
had a good innings.
Yeah.
27, and from liver failure. And
All the alcohol. And he never got over
turned
it.
into an alcoholic. Oh, Jesus.
Became a drum.
He was in bars telling people, I'm the Astro Chim. Yeah, whatever, mate. I went to space. You've had enough, ham. I'm not serving you anymore.
I'm
Get out.
driving home. No, you're not. We're taking your keys. And then he kills a kid at Christmas.
Liver fail. Oh, ham. Oh, bless him.
Well, you can go and pay your respects.
Yeah? Has he got a grave?
He has.
Yes. At International Space Hall of Fame in Alamogordo, New Mexico.
God love him.
Oh, that's ace. Love the little helmet. He's got cute there, isn't he?
Yeah.
Poor bastard.
I know, yeah.
You're cute till he bites your fucking lips off.
Well, there is that.
Rip
And
your cock. Do you know, Ben, they go for the stuff, but they literally rip your cock off, bite your fingertips off, and rip your lips
Face and
off.
genitals, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, face, fingertips.
I am. I'll be honest. I wouldn't let one hug me or anything. I'd look at him in the zoo or something, but I wouldn't want to be near one.
I'm not one of these people who wants to. No, I don't want to be. I don't want to be around a drugged fucking tiger in Thailand.
No,
for
no.
a snapshot.
I hate the fact that people do that.
Yeah,
I really
mate.
do.
It's a sick industry.
It is. It's completely sick. Like, oh, look at me next to this sedated tiger.
But they don't
Oh,
know, do
fuck
they? They
off.
think it's just a chilled out, like, trained tiger. Like, no, it's pumped full of fucking God knows what, your dick.
Yeah.
Otherwise your face would be gone.
Yeah, it's naturally designed to tear your face
Yeah.
off.
Yeah,
Oh.
so, poor old ham.
But, no, okay, Pam might have had some PTSD, but he still made it to 27.
Mm.
Yeah, that's good. Good
That's
for his
good.
species.
Yeah. Oh shit. Ham was in the 27 club.
Oh shit! Do you think he was offed?
We don't know what he saw up there, do
That's
we?
it. When he came back super intelligent.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what started the drinking.
Do you think he was probed by aliens?
Maybe.
Oh, he only had 16 and a half minutes in space, but still for a monkey, 16 and a half minutes is a fucking long time.
I know what you're going to say, though, but it's like time's got no meaning.
Yeah.
There. It's all could be, you know, time
Yeah,
and
yeah.
space continuum all gone to
They could
shit.
have whipped him into another dimension where...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it probably wasn't a grin, it was more of a, like, oh my god.
A grimace.
A grimace, yeah. Yeah, no, God.
Is everything alright, Ham? Yeah, everything's fine.
Yeah, but a grin for a,
Cardi whiskey.
a grin for a chimp is also probably doesn't mean the same thing for us, does it?
No. No.
If you got any whiskey.
You won't believe the shit I've seen, man.
You weren't there, man.
Yeah.
You weren't there. Ham, put the knife down. He's on the bar again. You weren't there, you fucking bitch.
Oh, just put the knife down. Oh, no.
Ham.
Oh. Well,
You got to stop this, Ham.
who have we got next? Jackie the baboon, who has some military monkeys.
Oh,
Now Jackie is World War One monkey soldier. In South Africa during World War One, a soldier named Albert Meyer had a pet baboon named Jackie. Now what it was is he had this pet baboon when he was younger, and when World War One kicked off and your country needs you.
yeah.
Loads of South Africans volunteered, and he was like, well, I'm only going if I take the monkey. I take my baboon with me.
Yeah. And they let him.
And they were like, well, they smuggled him in the end. A bunch of other soldiers were like, oh, fuck it, yeah, we quite like Jackie. Because he stayed in the barracks with them,
Yeah.
but he wasn't allowed to go and be
Fight.
shipped with him to the
They
Western
didn't
Front.
give him a gun.
No.
I
But
mean, he didn't get basic training.
he was enlisted as an official soldier when he was there. He ends up with a rank. He gets given a uniform and rations. He's got a little book. I think he ends up being a corporal.
Oh, God.
He's trained to salute officers and stand guard. And genuinely, if he would be on guard with some soldiers. Didn't leave him on his own, obviously. He'd be with Albert, was it his owner? He'd be with him on guard, and he had a better sense of smell. So he could tell if someone was coming. If he started screeching,
Oh, yeah.
they knew someone was coming.
Stop wanking, Captain's coming. Sergeant, whatever he's called.
So he was actually, I think he actually ended up with the medals because he'd saved their asses on a couple of occasions where he'd realised something was going down, so everyone stood too.
Not only did he get a medal, he got a military pension as well.
Yeah. He did,
Spent it on whiskey.
sadly, Jackie was wounded in an attack in 1918 and had to have his leg amputated. And he survived the war. He went back to South Africa with his owner. He was living a nice, quiet life, but, and here's where the PTSD comes in.
Yeah, shell shock.
He had shell shock.
Oh, shit.
There was a massive thunder and lightning storm, and he must have thought it was the guns.
Yeah.
And he had a heart attack and died.
Oh, shit.
Well, I heard on that show that I listened to, the surgeon who worked on, what was his name again? The monkey, sorry. Jackie, after he'd been blown up, actually wrote about it later on. I don't know if it was a diary or an autobiography or whatever, and he said that like the soldier came in with the monkey and he was fucking beside himself.
Oh.
Like it wasn't, and like the surgeon had to like cut because apparently the leg was completely like just hanging
on by a thread.
Cut it off with scissors, basically.
Wow.
But basically, the owner was like, "You've got to just treat him like a person. You've got to do something. He saved my life.
Yeah.
Like he's one of us, please." The funny bit though was he said the chloroform, the monkey was drinking it like it was water. He was like, "Oh yes, thank you," gulping it down. He was out real quick, and then he just fuck it, I'll treat him like a human, amputate his leg, and he survived. Poor bastard.
Yeah, we shouldn't be dragging animals into our fucking war.
Wakes up, no, not really. That poor fucker then wakes up with, because how does an animal understand when I always think it's amazing. You see a three-legged cat or a three-legged dog. They don't give a fuck, do they? They just crack on with it.
Yeah.
They work out a way of doing it, don't they? But it must be weird when they wake up without it.
But
What
they
do
did give
think?
Jackie an artificial leg, I believe.
Oh, did they? Oh, and a crutch.
No, I just think he sort of must have had some kind of, I don't know, because they walk on all, baboons do all fours and two, don't they?
They use
So
their
four
arms,
mainly,
don't
isn't
they?
it?
But, so he carried it, but the PTSD, because they told a story of, what noise was it?
It was thunder and lightning.
That's,
Yeah, thunder and lightning. There was a lightning storm, thunder and lightning storm. And he had an heart attack.
He
And
thought-
obviously had shell shock,
he thought the
PTSD.
Germans were coming. They showed us a clip of shell shock. That's always stayed with me. Did you see that at school? Mr. Kane showed us some sort of documentary. It's
Oh, where
like-
they're shaking.
It's that old black and white footage, like the guy sat on the chair and they just put a German helmet in the frame and he's like, "Ah!" Just
Oh, no, I
like
haven't seen that.
completely.
I've seen all the old shell shock videos though.
Oh, it was in some documentary made us watch. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, fucking hell. Like, that's always stayed with me. Like,
You know, that's what I liked about, really liked about the first season of Peaky Blinders, because it's like set in 1920. They've all come home after the war, and the one bloke is like completely fucked.
Yeah.
But he's just been let back into society.
well,
He keeps thinking he's a fucking artillery shell.
Yeah.
You know, and it's
Kill him
like,
in the end, doesn't he?
yeah, he does, yeah. But it's like, spoiler alert if no one's seen
Oh
it.
yeah, spoiler.
No, it's not only that long. But yeah, I love that aspect to it. In 1920, all these fucking a million dudes come out. A million guys who are like 18 to 25.
But they've said the worst shit.
Even the worst shit you've ever seen.
Imagine.
And yeah, I get on with it then. Back into society you go.
This won't go wrong.
This won't go wrong.
There's no counselling or fucking
there's none of that.
antidepressants, is there? Or, you know what I mean?
Well, that's why the British Legion was formed and the American Legion and all the different various veterans associations. Because at least they can all get together and have a fucking beer and talk through the shit they went through. But obviously Jackie doesn't have that luxury.
It's kind of a good sign for humanity, though, isn't it, really? So if we were just killers and we didn't care...
Well, yeah, of course, sure, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Well, he definitely cared about... He definitely felt bad that Jackie got blowed up. According to the doctor, he was in fucking bits.
Well, of course, yeah, he wouldn't be there if it weren't for you.
He said to the doctor, he saved our fucking lives. He saved the whole... What's it called?
There wasn't just monkey World War One veterans. I mean, my favourite animal World War One veteran is Sergeant Stubby, a little pit bull.
What did he have to do?
He bit Germans when they were getting in the trenches. He knew when they were coming.
But didn't they do horrible things though, like strap bombs to dogs? And
the Russians did in World War Two. But Sergeant Stubby, he had a uniform. He had medals. He even had a little made-to-fit gas mask.
Well, apparently in the trenches, cats were quite popular.
Yeah,
killed the
rats, of course.
You know, a bit of company in it.
There was a duck that fought the Japanese, wasn't there?
There was a duck that fought the
just
Japanese.
It's what I like about humans. So there's something innate in us about. So you imagine you're in a trench warfare is the worst thing you could possibly fucking imagine, isn't it? Even me with my basic knowledge, I know that was.
You don't want to be in that.
As close to hell on earth as you could possibly be in, and a fucking cat turns up in the middle of it, and you start giving it some of your rations, even though you fucking need that. It's just something, and then people get used to the cat, and even like hard men that normally wouldn't give a fuck are bothered about the. It's just, you can't help
cat,
it.
and then 2 weeks later they've got it in their arms, sleeping with it.
Like there's something in us, isn't there, that we like to,
We like to look for. I don't want to say the beauty of a situation, but maybe that's the right word.
For example,
like
I just mean with
no
animals.
What happens? You know what?
Although we eat
ain't
them,
so bad.
Well, we like animals that have our features.
Yes, that's proven, isn't it? Because we can look at their eyes and go, "Look, he's happy." He's
if you look
sad,
at a wolf, it's got completely different eyes to a dog.
Dogs have evolved fake eyebrows
and
to manipulate our emotions.
And they've evolved the whites behind their eyes, like us.
Okay. Did you know this about the cats?
Well, we selected it because it looked more human.
How about this about cats? You're like this, Ben. Their level of manipulation knows no bounds.
I can believe it.
They do not meow. You know the way they meow at us? They don't actually do that to each other. No. They growl to each other. They do weird guttural noises. But that meow they have developed, and scientists have studied, it's at the same frequency as a human baby's cry.
Yep.
Wow.
Which is why we find it so hard to ignore. They've evolved the ability to make it impossible to ignore them.
They've hacked
our bio frame, basically. How nuts is that?
You can't trust a cat.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
But my point is, quick story, sorry. When we went to a truck stop the other day, the guy was telling me, he was like, he was looking about and he was like, I wanted to introduce you to me mate. I was like, what do you mean? He said, there's a pheasant who lives at this truck stop. It must have come from one of the farmlands round about, but he's like, and because it gets fed, it will just land on your bonnet, he said, or on your, and like all the truckers feed it and that, so it's just learnt to, and everybody looks after it and gives it some food and that. We can't help it. We love we love eating them, but we do love a pet and a,
But we don't see like a pheasant. So for some reason you go and buy pheasant, which is very rare, obviously. But let's say you can. We don't see the process, do we? It's just meat on a shelf.
Yeah.
When we see the live animal, we really like it.
It's different, isn't it? Like it's like the truck stop pheasant. Everyone feeds it and loves it. And I was like, even these fucking area house truckers, they can't help it. There's something in us we like. Although I was bullied into feeding some animals in Wales recently.
Was you?
I was bullied. I was on a
car
park.
Were you heard? You need a safe space.
I do. I was in mid Wales on a car park. Nowhere near the fucking ocean, and I'd treated myself and gone for a slightly more expensive sausage roll from a local bakery, Paid a little bit more for it.
Shop local, Gaz.
You know, but it was, you know, this is a fucking good quality sausage roll. And I stood, because it was a nice day, I stood outside the van and started to chew my sausage roll. And I started to notice, maybe, I don't know, I didn't count them, but 10 to 15 seagulls started to circle and circle. And it started to dawn on me, they're circling me.
Is this like the birds?
It was horrific. But I thought, I've paid over the odds for this fucking sausage roll. So I'm then, like, trying to force it down me.
Cab.
And then, they're fucking swooping, Ben. They're like head level now. And this is fucking mental. To the point, I threw a third of my expensive sausage roll like that. And they fucking descended on it like the vultures that they are. They bullied me.
Is he back in the cab?
I was terrified.
Why isn't the cab
I was frozen with fear.
in the cab?
They're literally dive bombing me and swooping at
the
me.
5 Ds, duck, dodge,
No.
dip, dive and dodge.
And I thought I'm going to either get shat on or, like, if one of them hits me at 10 miles, I'm going to have to text me, I've got concussion from a seagull because I bought a posh sausage roll. I fucking threw it, a third of it.
Oh, man.
And they had it. Bastards bullied
Gaz,
me.
you are the dominant species
Not in this
on this
situation,
planet.
I wasn't. I couldn't have fought them
You could
off.
have punched it.
I was bare hand. I don't know. Maybe if I had a machine gun, yeah, it would have been a different matter, wouldn't
Do
it?
you know how hard it is to hit flying things with a machine gun?
I wish I'd seen
Spray,
that.
a wide spray.
Yeah, and all your bullets will come down on a local school. At tea, at fucking break time.
Bastards. They fucking bullied me. Horrible. So anyway,
Well,
I
let's
wouldn't
move
fuck
on.
with a monkey.
G.I. Joe. The pigeon monkey spy.
What's
During-
a pigeon monkey?
A very small monkey, I'm guessing.
I'm going to have to Google that. I've never heard of it.
But during World War II, the US trained monkeys to carry messages across enemy lines. And one capuchin, known as G.I. Joe, was credited with delivering critical battle plans that saved hundreds of lives.
Okay.
I get it. I mean, it's no different than pigeons. And if you're in the jungle, if you're fighting in the jungle, you don't want a pigeon, you want a monkey, don't you?
I'm not going to think twice to see a monkey, not thinking it's carrying messages.
No.
Do you?
I had actually had a vision of it wearing a little helmet and a little green jacket.
Well, then they would shoot it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
they
would.
would shoot
It's
it,
going to
yeah.
have a little pouch though, isn't it?
Well, they're not that tiny. They could, like...
I don't know.
It's going to have a pouch to carry the messages.
Well,
do you tie it to its leg?
oh,
like
yeah,
a
that's what I
pigeon?
thought.
Oh, maybe.
Like in a ring.
Maybe.
Because
I
a
do
pigeon
think-
message is literally just like a ring
Yeah.
clipped to its
I
leg.
do think they had a little pouch I heard something about.
Oh, okay. They're not that tiny. They can hold
Then
a
again, you
pigeon.
wouldn't see a monkey with a
You only
pouch
swing
in a
into the
tree.
trees,
you
innit?
wouldn't notice, would you?
Very clever. The fact that they actually can get there, though.
Did you see a picture of the pigeon monkey?
I just googled it. Yeah, they're not like tiny. They can. I've seen a picture of one holding a pigeon in its hands like that.
Oh, right, so.
They're like medium-ish size.
Well, what about Mike the Gorilla Fighter? Cold War Rebel Monkey?
Oh god.
Cold War Rebel Monkey! That's a TV show. Come on, tell me you wouldn't watch that.
Cold War rebel monkeys.
A Cold War Rebel Monkey. That'll happen at every break, like the 80s.
Yes. Oh god, that's the sort of thing. We got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles over here in the West. In Russia, they were watching Cold War.
Cold War Rebel Monkey.
Cold War rebel.
Comrade Rebel Monkey.
And it's just loads of propaganda. Oh no! I'm so glad we grew up here.
Well, in the 1960s, Cuban rebels supposedly trained a capuchin monkey named Mike to sabotage enemy supplies, cut communication lines, and create chaos behind enemy lines. There are even reports that he stole enemy weapons. However, this one may be bollocks.
No.
This one, no one can verify this one. I'm going to point that out.
I suppose though, it's possible though. Say the
Yeah.
monkey one day just stole something and brought it back on its own accord, because they, like, they're like magpies, isn't it? They see a shiny thing maybe, and they're like, "Fucking hell, look, he stole a box of ammo. Give him all the fucking bananas we got." And maybe he did just
You send him
go,
with a
just-
pair of pliers to cut.
Just go and create chaos.
communication
Just
lines.
cut what you can. We'll get all the bananas. You can. I don't know. Maybe it's
I
possible.
mean, if he could fire a weapon, he could be like, just swing through the trees, blast off a few rounds, swing away a bit further, blast off a few rounds. Everyone's all of a sudden looking in a tree line, where the fuck's that coming from?
They're
And
all around us, man.
they're all around us, man.
It's a different level if you.
They're in the
actually-
trees.
Look, I get giving it a uniform and a rank and a name and all that, but when you actually hand it a belt-fed machine gun, think there's no guarantee it's going to shoot the enemy, is
No,
there?
listen, it's just a blast it off because it's fun.
It wouldn't be able to carry. It's a fucking tiny little monkey. It'd have to be a
Well, it'd be
pistol,
on a
wouldn't it?
stand, wouldn't it? Maybe,
It's on the back of a jeep.
Yeah, like Rambo. What size are them rounds?
50 caliber. .50. It's blasting holes through people.
He's got a bloodlust.
Because chimps and that, you know how ripped they are. It always freaks me out when they look like they've been in the gym like every day. It really freaks me out. They got like traps and biceps and so like defined to fuck. Imagine it all straining and ripped, holding onto that
50
fucking
cal.
thing. Dum, 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 dum. That's
And
nightmare.
it's screeching.
Yes,
Planet of the Apes, isn't it?
Screeching.
just screeching as it. Yeah, because man, that's fucked up when they get the gun in the new. Oh, I love them new Planet of
They're
the
good,
Apes
aren't they?
films. I went through the old ones.
First one's the best, isn't it?
Yeah,
Oh
that's
no,
good.
I like number 3.
I haven't seen them since I was a
for Planet
teenager.
of the Apes.
Must
It
admit.
starts getting dark and fucked up. What's
Does
the
it?
one where they're back in our time, and like they assassinate the fucking pregnant fucking. It just gets dark. They're not. It's 70s sci-fi basically,
Yeah.
which is like, oh, it's not fun and cool. It's like supposed to fuck your head.
Yeah.
Basically, that's the whole point of it, to make you think humans are shit and like, what are we doing? Yeah, they're weird films, man. But they're worth. But the modern ones, fuck, they're so fucking good. That modern. I haven't seen the newest new one. I'm
The
not
newest
interested
new
'cause
one wasn't that good.
Caesar's not in it anymore. I don't care.
Nah.
Yeah, I didn't think they were as good without Caesar.
But
It
them
was okay.
three,
Yeah, them three.
they're fucking.
Especially
brilliant,
War.
aren't
I love that one. Woody Harrelson in it.
they? Oh yeah, that's fucking good.
That's a
man.
good one. That is
So
good.
good. Oh, I might watch them again actually.
Still, you know what? If the US military had any balls, Gaz,
Mhm.
and Mike, I've always said, when they all went into them trees in California to go over the bridge, went into the forest there,
Yeah.
I'd have carpet bombed the shit out of it. Straight away. Can't have intelligent apes fucking roaming around a major populated city. Oh, is that convenient forest land? We're going to napalm the shit out of it.
When
We're going to B-52, Vietnam style, carpet bomb the shit out of it. And none of them fuckers going to survive. And none of us are going to get simian flu. It's all fucking good.
When-
They solved the entire solution, entire movie, at the end of the first one.
When fucking Caesar rolls in on that horse, and what's he say? What's his first word? I can't remember. But he shouts something, doesn't it?
Stop or something.
Yeah, the humans just, what the fuck? Can you imagine?
And then I put 2 rounds into his chest and dropped him.
Yeah.
The next one is political monkeys, candidates and protest leaders. Political monkeys! Oh, never a truism. Never more a truism, is it?
Technically, Ben, again, I'm not insulting you. But you are an ape. We're all apes, and you are a politician, so.
Yes, but last night I raised £1,000
You did,
for
well
charity.
done, mate. Good on you, I'm glad it went well, buddy.
So, in 1988, people in Rio de Janeiro were so fed up with corrupt politicians that they staged a protest by nominating a chimpanzee named Chow for mayor.
Wow. Chairman Mount.
Chow
Chairman
received...
Chow.
Chairman
Ah.
Chow.
Ciao.
Chow received over 400,000 votes. Oh,
That's a lot, isn't it?
it's a lot. That's a lot. He became one of the most popular candidates in history.
Fair enough.
Technically, he couldn't win. He won, but he didn't win. It wasn't official. His campaign certainly sent a powerful message to the people in charge.
Yeah.
They'd rather vote for a chimpanzee.
Yeah, exactly.
I have a...
400,000 people willing to waste their vote to make... it's a protest vote, isn't it?
Yeah.
Basically.
What's
Nearly
it
half a
is? It's
million.
the ultimate protest vote, isn't
It's
it?
massive.
I
Vote
would
for a
rather
fucking monkey.
vote for the monkey. Wow.
Damn right. Boston Curtis, the mule chimp politician.
I thought this was real.
A mule chimp.
Yeah.
What's
I
a
thought,
mule
what the...
chimp?
Someone's bred a fucking mule with a chimp. What's going on?
In 1938, a prankster entered a monkey-mule hybrid candidate into a
Oh,
local
God.
election, and he won.
Wow.
In Boston.
In Boston,
With a fake
I
animal.
think. Yes. Not is it?
Or was that his
1930.
name?
Oh, it could be. In 1938, you're on the brink of the Second World War at that point. You think politics are in a
You think you'd have
bit
more
more
to worry
evolved than
about?
that? Celebrity and pop culture monkeys. We'll get to this segment, shall we? Bubbles.
The what, sorry?
Bubbles.
Oh,
Michael
Bubbles.
Jackson's rock
Fuck.
star chimp.
He's got to be one of the most famous chimps, hasn't he,
I think
Bubbles?
so. I think he is, yeah.
Gotta be.
Mm.
I mean, he did live like a king. He travelled on private jets. He went to red carpet events. He even had a personal butler.
In the
Apparently,
music video.
he did like throwing shit though.
Imagine if that was your job.
Well, he's a chimp.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how much money you
A
spend on
monkey's
it.
butler.
That's how much money Michael Jackson had.
Yeah.
He could afford a butler for his monkey.
He was richer than God, wasn't he, for a while?
He really was.
But, like, do I remember right in that music video, you know the one, like, where it's all, like, stop motion animation and, like, Michael Jackson ends up lying down and, like, it builds, like, a theme park over him and stuff.
What, the film Moonwalker?
No, it's an actual music video.
Oh, damn.
But anyway, Bubbles is in the video flying an aeroplane. I'm sure he's wearing a gold lame leather style jacket. You know, like a biker's jacket,
yeah.
but it's gold lame. Yeah, Bubbles did alright.
Oh, Bubbles is really well. He's still alive, actually. He's in a chimp sanctuary.
He's still, how old is he?
Mike Jackson had him at like 6 months, so he's probably... He's coming to 40, isn't he?
He only had him for 6
No,
months.
he had him for 6 months.
Oh, okay.
But he got rid of him before Michael Jackson died.
Right.
He's still alive. He's probably about 40 odd now.
If that
He's in his
monkey could
40s.
I'm
talk.
gonna say, I bet.
Oh,
If that monkey...
oh. Jesus.
You gotta teach that monkey sign language so you can ask what happened. What have you seen?
I was trying to find an image. I'm sure
And
it
he just signs the horror.
He made me wear a Leonardo DiCaprio mask.
Show me on the Michael Jackson doll where he touched you.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Remember, allegedly. Let's avoid a
I don't
lawsuit.
know if it was allegedly with Bubbles. He saw
I
this,
hope he
did
didn't fuck him and abuse him, did he?
We don't
Oh,
know.
I
Mike.
don't-
We've no idea.
I think all celebrity pets were maybe not sexually, but definitely abused. And you know, it's things like Mike Tyson buys a tiger.
Mm.
You know, I'm sure that was fun for Mike Tyson for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
What happens after that?
Yeah.
You know,
When he realised it's cost him like $40,000
Yeah,
a month
in meat.
to feed the fucker raw steaks.
and he's killed 3
And it's
assistants.
killed the assistants. He's saying, this is what trouble it's worth.
Yeah.
Oh, Bubbles.
Well, Crystal the monkey, Hollywood's most famous primate.
Right.
She's a Hollywood star appearing at night in the museum, The Hangover 2
Oh,
and
Dexter,
Evan
yeah.
Almighty. She's one of the highest paid animal actors.
Who gets the money? The owner, the handler.
I guess so.
That
Well,
I
the
hate
monkey
that.
only
though.
gets peanuts,
It's
doesn't he?
disingenuous.
Monkey's
isn't it?
bananas, mate.
Highest paid animal actor. No, it's not. The animal does not benefit from any of that money. Or maybe it does.
I suppose it has a nicer
the owner
habitat.
builds it a nice cage or whatever.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
That's saying in it, pay peanuts, you get a monkey.
Maybe that's
Yeah.
how the robots.
One of my favourite sayings similar to that. Polish saying, not my circus, not my monkeys. You know, couldn't give a fuck.
I like it.
Not my circus, not my monkeys.
monkeys,
Not
no.
my problem.
That's what I say about the British government.
Yeah, you stay away from that.
Problem is, though...
Oh, can't criticise dear leader, don't dear God.
I've just had
We've
a
gone
mad
so far we
realisation.
can't do it.
Oh, I've had an horrible realisation about myself. One of my favourite things on Twitter is when people are like, not my president. I'm just like, well, he is. I just like saying that to be... Keir is my Prime Minister, isn't he?
He is.
Sad
But
fact.
Don't worry, because your monarch is still King George III.
Oh, I thought you were going to say sausage fingers.
No, I'm giving him his official title, guess.
Oh, right, oh yeah. King Sausage Fingers. I do respect King Sausage Fingers, kind of. I don't. But in my head, I like to think that King Sausage Fingers is like a nice, benevolent king who loves me for my contribution.
He couldn't give two fucks.
No, I know. He'd rather talk to a fucking tree. But anyway.
Should we invite him on the pod, see what happens?
Well, no, we shouldn't approach his office at all, because then we'll end up on all the lists. We should absolutely not make ourselves known to the authorities, the establishment, in any way, shape or form, then.
I like it as it is, we fly under the radar.
Yeah, 'cause all three of us would be in significant trouble by today's modern standards.
Couldn't we just invite the king round for a beer?
That would be fun.
Have him sat on the sofa next to Gaz.
Listen, this is like, I've wound you up about this before, but as much as you dislike him, if you actually sat down and spoke to him, you'd find some common ground, because I know he wasn't a proper soldier or whatever, but he did fly some helicopters.
Gaz, he flew a
did do some
UFO.
shit. You know, you'd find some common
I
ground.
probably would.
He'd start telling you about.
We'd have a
landing
chat
them.
about, the Battle of Waterloo or something. And
Common
Was it?
ground.
No, it was his dad who had the X-Files.
I'd have got on with Phil in that respect. Come on, Phil, tell me about Kelly Hopkinsville.
I'd have got on with Phil in every respect. Yeah, you're right, Phil. We should fucking burn these savages. Yeah, you're right. Fucking chuck them in a fire pit. Cheers, me laddie. Yeah, should we have another cigar? So, tell me about them fucking aliens. Well, I would have got. Look, I'm just saying. Me and Dodgy Phil.
Phil the Greek.
We need to reduce the population by at least a third.
I'd come back as a virus.
He did say
Kill them
that.
all.
He did say that.
Because he knew the truth. I'm just saying, I think I'd got him. He'd have been a laugh. It'd have been fun for an evening, wouldn't it? Get him to say the sickest shit you can get him to say.
In all fairness, yeah. You'd want to go to that, wouldn't you? See how far he could go.
Oh, Philly.
Yeah. Well,
But then when he hunts you in the woods later at night,
That's
for
an
sport,
issue.
That's the thing, isn't it? Because he'd have a lovely chat with you all evening.
Yeah.
You'd think you were mates, and then as you left, you'd be like, Phil, I'll text you, legend. You leave, and he's like, kill him. And you won't even make it.
No.
you'll be being escorted back in your little remote controlled little cart, golf buggy. Before you know it, you'll hit a landmine or someone will shoot you in the head for sport.
You get in the car, don't
They'll
you?
invite you in for like a whiskey or something. You'll have it there. You obviously he's drugged it. You fall asleep. You wake up naked in the woods.
Being raped by aliens.
Philip's chasing you with a fucking
Shotgun.
Yeah.
I'm going to hunt the deadliest sport of all. Man.
There is allegations that they do that.
Well,
Especially the Dutch. I've heard the Dutch and the Belgian royal families, especially.
on my rewatch through the cinematic oeuvre, I don't know if I'm using that word right, but you know what I mean, of Jean-Claude Van Damme,
Right.
rewatching Hard Target. That's the whole plot of Hard Target,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah,
They
basically.
go after after veterans because there'll be a better, more of a challenge, and rich businessmen pay for the privilege to hunt a man. And I think that's very realistic, and I
fuck
wouldn't
yeah.
be.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I think you bang on. I guarantee people have done. God, they're so sick.
Yeah.
On that level,
I
read
wouldn't
a
surprise
thing
you if
today
the Running
about
Man was a
Dubai.
reality.
There's this thing in Dubai, and I can't remember the name, but if you Google it, it's some kind of party that apparently there's been some whistleblowers, like, even though it's supposed to be all like, strict over there, because there's uber rich people in Dubai, aren't they? They like hire prostitutes and like absolutely awful things. Groups of men like absolutely abusing the shit out of somebody, but then giving them like, oh, here's your million, fuck off, right? But there's been a few whistleblowers like. So I do not think it's unrealistic to think they've done a let's go hunt a human.
Oh God, no.
Come on. I bet they go downtown and shoot homeless people, probably.
Well, you go downtown, you pick up some homeless dude.
Yeah, you do it on your estate.
You give him 24 hours in luxury.
Yeah.
If you're nice.
Yeah.
Let them have a taste of life. Let them have the women. Let them have the booze. And then next morning, you're like, right, okay. What you're going to do is make it for me, yeah? To over there.
Well, that's.
And we're going to try and stop you.
Well, in Hard Target, if you make it to the river, that you've got the money belt with 10 grand strapped.
Yep.
If you make it to the river, that's your money.
Yeah, that's the sport, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because if you're just going to gun them down,
And they're ex-veterans, so they'll be.
They should be more savage, shouldn't they?
I wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah, neither would I. You have these horrific like sacrifice parties and rape parties and all. Like, fuck yeah, you're gonna kill somebody. It's the next thing, innit? They're obsessed with this dark energy.
It's the next taboo.
Yeah, the taboos and taking it to the. And imagine as well, like we always say, like they use the pedo thing to get power over people. Like, you're in the club now and we've got that over you. Could be the same thing with the. Yeah. Oh, you hunted a man. You shot that man.
You shot a man.
Cold blood, Mr. CEO of Coke or whatever. Allegedly.
Yeah, I was watching this video. This Dutch banker, he came out and was a whistleblower. He got really into like the top echelons of all the banking society and everything. And what he had to do was he had to kill a child.
Oh,
Jesus.
And at that point, he was like revulsed him so much that he couldn't do it, and he
blew the whistle.
Yeah.
Did he kill the child?
No.
Oh, thank God.
No. He was like, I can't do this. And he left, but he's never. He's like, I won't dob anyone in.
Oh, what a cunt.
I know. But he's like, I'm not going to say names, but this is what happened.
But then again, if he did, he'd be dead.
Well, that too.
I 100%.
And you had the Scorpions bassist, wasn't it?
The bass, the Scorpions, went to that
What
snuff
did he
party
say?
in Berlin.
That was it, yeah.
Got invited to some party and he's like, yeah, I'll go along. It costs like X amount to go there. But he's like, he's rich, he's on coke, he's young.
Yeah.
And then they're sacrificing a woman on an altar at the front of the stage, and he's like, no, I'm not in for this. And fucked off, basically.
How did we get here from monkeys?
I don't know, but you know what? It's a really dark ending. Don't it should have been a fucking happy episode?
Well, unfortunately, humans enslaving monkeys is never happy.
But what's the difference between monkeys in war, for example, like using the little messenger monkeys, or using cavalry horses? What's the difference?
Well, no, there is a difference, and you know what it is. The difference is that we see ourselves so closely in monkeys, don't we? So we like to give them human. Well, we put a little fucking uniform on him, and as much as horses are, and I know people get super attached to horses, right? They haven't got a little uniform on with their little hands going like, oh, we trained him. If you give him a banana, he'll do a fucking perfect salute. I don't know. There's just something about the monkeys, isn't it? They're us. We're them.
They're our closest
relatives, aren't they?
They're us before the Anunnaki got involved.
Wow. That's something we might need to have a chat about next episode when we finish this off.
So, yeah. Well, before we finish those, some just honourable mentions of some celebrity fictional monkeys.
Go on.
King Kong.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Caesar. Obviously.
Shit. Oh, the ones from the PG Tips adverts.
Hey,
of course.
Yeah.
The ones
Bloody hell, where's me PG Tips?
The Clint Eastwood films, Which Way But Loose.
Yeah.
Clyde.
That's
it, the orangutan.
Legend.
Brilliant.
Right turn, Clyde. Simpler times. We've got a new script for you, Clint. What is it? It's you and a monkey. And you're going to drive around in a truck and you're going to have bare knuckle fight. And the monkey's going to help.
Yep.
I'm in.
My dad loves them films.
Oh, they're amazing. Yeah, same here. But anything with Clinton.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
There you go.
They are
Clinton,
mad.
John Wayne are his two.
I love Clinton and I love John Wayne. Apart from obviously the one where he was Genghis Khan. That
Oh,
was
John
really
Wayne.
mad.
Yeah.
But it's not like a cowboy film. I'm always
I
doing
love a cowboy
or
film,
a
mate.
1960s war movie where John Wayne invariably shows up at some point.
You caused a lot of trouble here today, little lady. By rights, somebody ought to smack you in the mouth.
It won't be
But
me.
I won't do it. The hell I won't. Oh, you're such a good guy, John. You literally
smacks
saying
her
somebody
anyway.
ought to batter you, you silly bitch, but I'm not going to do it.
No,
'cause
he
I'm
does
a
Oh,
though.
good guy.
but-
But he does.
Does he?
He does slap her.
He
which-
does slap
yeah.
her, backhands her.
Well, that was quite common in them films to settle a lady down, wasn't it? A hysterical lady
That's
in
it.
an old cowboy film is giving her back end, but yeah. Get off your horse and drink your milk. Go on, Shirley.
No,
What was his real name? Was it Shirley?
Marion.
Marion, that's it. Go on, Marion.
Shirley was Big Daddy.
That's it, Shirley Crabtree.
Yeah. John Wayne, obviously, might have died from radiation, cancer.
Yeah,
from
because
atomic
they
bomb
filmed
blasts.
too close to Bikini Bay, didn't they,
Yeah.
or something like that?
It
Did you
was
know
the,
that,
um,
Mike?
no.
The whole crew.
It was
I
a
didn't
Trinity
know that.
Trinity testing range outside Las Vegas.
Fuck.
People in Las Vegas would sit on the roofs of
Oh,
buildings
no,
and
yeah.
watch the mushroom cloud.
But then, loads of the crew and cast from that film got very sick, and I think that's probably what killed.
John
Duke.
Wayne, the Duke.
Well, that's somber note.
Yeah.
Monkeys
What?
are ace.
Yeah. Thanks for listening. Don't do very brave. Don't join the cult. Peace out.
I'm Mike. Thanks for listening. Peace out and the force be with you.
Gas, free bit, goodbye.